Okay, YouTube land, it's the Rare Parts Center. You got your ears on? I've made probably 15 videos this week and deleted them all. I just been catching myself and I keep rambling too much. Anyways, I haven't been making videos. It's not y'all, it's me. I started this job Sunday night, and as of Thursday shift that ended at 6 this morning, I had 58 and a half hours in. If I work tonight, it'll be over 60. But if I work tonight, it's not a 12-hour shift. Anyways, what was I saying? I haven't been making videos because I've been coming home and I've been dog tired. I've been worn out, whooped. I put the TV on and tried to watch the same show, off of my Roku device about 4 times, and I get to about the same point in it, and I seem to be sawing logs. So, probably try to watch that tomorrow after I'm awake and have some coffee in me. I tried not drinking coffee because the safety man said, well, coffee is a dehydrant, and it will cause you to be dehydrated all day long if you drink coffee before coming to work. Well, guess what? The one day that I listened to the guy and I didn't drink coffee before I went to work, I was sitting on a forklift waiting for a duty assignment, which they didn't have anything for me to do. They said, sit here. And I started nodding off. I mean, there's like 20 minutes where I was fighting going to sleep. So I gotta drink the coffee, and sometimes you just need a cup of coffee. Not 5 ounces that the coffee maker says is a cup, but you need a full 8 ounce cup of coffee. I know some people are going to freak out. I got 2 measuring cups in the 1 cup size. I hardly ever have them both dirty at the same time, and believe it or not, this thing works as well as some of my ceramic coffee mugs. These things are not incredibly expensive. I can go and buy more. You can use it for hot liquids. It's Pyrex. It works out pretty good. And I started doing this last year. I had some company over there freaking out because I was drinking from the measuring cup, and I'm like, yeah, it's almost my favorite coffee cup now. Especially the looks you get on people's face. I had some guy come over here a couple months ago, and I was drinking coffee out of this, and his eyes bugged out. It was priceless. Anyways, I'm going to have to see how things go at this job, and then, getting used to the third shift schedule with the overtime. This place, if you work overtime, you go in earlier as opposed to leaving later. So your exit time is always, your target is 6 a.m. Now, you can work X number of minutes over 6 a.m. without being told to stay over, and you're okay. It's like up to 10 minutes after 6, you have to clock out without being told to stay over. But if you're working a 8-hour shift, you go in at 10. If you're working a 10-hour shift, you go in at 8. If you're working a 12-hour shift, you go in at 6 in the evening. And I've been seeing the same characters on their way out when I'm going in, and on my way out when they're coming in. So on some, I don't think they actually have a second shift at this place. I think they eliminated second shift, and essential first shift personnel are on 12-hour duty. Non-essential would come in and start work at 6 in the morning and leave after 8 hours. So you have a kind of a changing of the guard there. Non-essentials go away, and then the essential duties come in at, to replace the first shift at 6 p.m. on days that they need them. And then, if they don't need anybody in those hours, if they're slow, then they would cut it back to 8 hours. But things like, shipping, the production can go faster than the shipping department at times, and you can get things built up, and then you have trucks coming and going. It takes time to load things and stuff like that. So, without going into great details or anything, one of the things we're doing is, and this is stuff I've never done with the forklift, you pick stuff up with the edge of a fork. Yeah, I know my fingernails they look longer on the camera. Yeah, they're a little bit long, but not that long. They're the right length for picking stickers off things. Anyways, you pick stuff up with the tip of the fork, and you raise it up, and you either set it on a skid, the floor, or other product, or you're taking a skid and you're setting it on top of a product that's on a skid. I've never done skid work before. My years of experience operating forklifts, I did more outdoor work with a cushion tire forklift than I did in building work. And by outdoor work, I mean like stuff on gravel parking lots and stuff like that, where it's normally considered the no-go zones for people that work in warehouses. So it's all Greek to me. And some of these guys move at a speed I'm not comfortable being around. So it's a whole big adjustment. Like I said, we'll have to see next week how things are working out. I got a lot of adjusting to do. I've been having a hard time adjusting to the third shift schedule. Been coming home and just going to sleep, and then I get up, and I just don't have the drive to do very much. I kind of putter around the house. Then, when it's time to go to work, I'm dressed and ready to walk out the door. I don't feel like going out and doing much. Now, give me 2-3 weeks on the schedule, and I'll adjust. I'll do more things in the morning probably before I go to bed, and then, I might do more things in the afternoon. Because, I could adjust my schedule and, not go to bed till 8 or 9 in the morning and get up at 2 or 3 in the afternoon. I went to bed today about 9, and I got up, I want to say about 1:30. Yeah, that's enough sleep for me. That's enough sleep for me to go till 8, 9 in the morning again. I'm not one of these people that has to have 8 hours of sleep, thankfully. But, there's been a couple nights I come home and I slept 9 hours, so, when my body's adjusting, and I'm coming home and I'm worn out and whooped. Also, I've been walking a lot at work. From midnight tonight till I left at 6 in the morning, I had 6,699 steps. That's what it said when I walked out to Explorer and got in it to leave this morning. That's my average for an active day. I think my record for steps is 14,000. So we're talking, that's about the same distance as me walking from here to my storage locker and back to here. If I do that, from here to the storage locker and back, that's a hour and 45, 2-hour walk. Give you an idea. I spent a lot of time on my feet, more than I was told I was going to get into. Because I was not looking for a job where I was going to be on my feet all the time. I understood I'd be 90% operating a fork truck, 10% other, including, housekeeping, which I have no problem pushing a broom, a dust mop, using a dustpan. No issues. cleaning up your work area, it's like if you spend 30 minutes a day walking around with a broom or a dust mop, after so many days, if there's a buildup of dirt, you will get a handle on it. And that's just good work practice. And a lot of places these days are asking employees to do this instead of depending on a janitor that they might be paying an exorbitant amount of money to, who may just be a lazy individual that's very hard to get rid of. And, I hate to sound, there's just no good term for it. But some of these folks are very hard to get rid of, and they will use anything they can to their advantage to keep a job, even though they're not doing their job. So you got some people like that, and I'm not going to go into anything else about it. Excuse me, folks. I was going to say something else, and my brain just blanked. I've been having that problem too. And it's not easy hearing things that people are trying to tell you with earplugs in. And the guys I'm working with, because I know how to use a forklift, they automatically assume that I know all this warehouse stuff. I keep telling them I've never done warehouse work. Moving skids last night, or pallets, if you will, out of a semi-trailer. Well, I've never done that before. I moved a stack of skids for my first time on this job. Why? Because we had like one skid around the old shop, and we had something on it, and we didn't move it because we had an air compressor sitting on there. And then when it went away, I moved it the one time. Then the air compressor that replaced it was on 4x4s bolted to it. And it was an Ingersoll Rand that had the guy took some semi-truck, what we're trying to say, mud flaps, and cut them down. They were like that thick, I think. And he cut them down and made like 3 or 4 layers and at each bolt as isolators to the wood. And that kind of worked because the compressor shook, but the wood didn't transfer, or the rubber kind of stopped the transfer of all the vibrations to the concrete floor. And when that left, we picked it up with a chain off the single fork with the D-ring clevis. No skid involved. Before this job, I maybe stabbed 10 skids with a forklift, including the 2 forklift tests I took this month, or in the last month. So you think about that. I'm not a skid guy. I keep explaining it to them. They're like, well, any forklift driver should know this. No, I come from a different type of forklift driver. It's like, y'all be city boys and I be country boy. We're kind of from different worlds, but I'm not calling these guys city boys, because I think the guy that, the one guy I'm working with, I think he's actually lives out in the country. I think he was actually, from out in the country. I'm just using that as a comparison. They're doing like city boy type forklift driving. I'm doing country boy type forklift driving. It's still forklift driving, but it's different. It's like comparing rap music to country and not the country rap stuff. Well, they're different. But then in the middle between them, you got the country rap and the hip hop. So, there's a meeting point. Well, it's kind of like a type of forklift driving I'm used to doing and what these guys are used to doing. And they're expecting me to come all the way over to their side on the left. And, they don't care to learn anything from what I did. So, it's a little bit frustrating, a little bit hard. There's some things that I'm learning that are just, they sink in a little bit slow. 42 years old. I'm not 18 anymore. I was a lot more teachable when I was a young adult. All right, that's all for now, YouTube land. I'm going to jump off here. I got to do some things and get woke up and be ready to walk out the door at 5 to be at work early. Because you can't clock in 1 minute late. If you're 1 minute late, yeah, I was told pretty much need to just go back home. All right, that's all for now. Laters.